And welcome back to part 7 of Modern Warfare 2. In the last part, we had to escape Brazil. We played rock, paper, scissors with ourselves. Fell off a roof while trying to escape. And found a convenient path that took us straight to the helicopter.
Yeah, oh yes, freaking playing rock, paper, scissors with myself. I played both sides, so I always come out on top.
Yeah. So in this part, we are back to the United States, where we are making war again. Where we're back to defending the United States. Invasion still happening. Luckily, though, we have the help of some artillery on our side.
This time around.
Yes. We're still in northeastern Virginia. Still.
So this game likes to do the alternating back and forth between both settings, yeah?
Yeah.
Ah, I see. So that's how they want to tell their story.
Yes.
Ah, I see.
So we're pushing up with the Bradley. Which, if you've learned that any Bradley in this game will not be around for long, because it will fucking explode.
You can throw a pop dart at it and the armor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's armored vehicles are tough. They're not that tough, though.
Well, the Bradley in general was just a piece of shit.
Oh, really? Okay.
You can throw a pop tart at it.
In real life, the Bradley was not great. It was a good concept, but it just didn't work well.
I see.
Which is why they were not very desirable to go on.
So, like, what was its main flaw if it was so disliked after a while?
People died.
They tried to make it a more versatile, like, Abrams tank.
Yeah.
But the problem is they took away the tankiness that the standard Abrams tanks had.
Yeah.
And that kind of, just made it really easy to get... Now, the Mark II Bradleys are honestly a bit better, but that's because they actually found the way to protect it.
Yeah.
It was literally just trying to be a personnel carrier but also an Abrams tank, and it didn't work.
I see. So basically, the first model, at least,
Yeah.
Like
I said, they're good in concept.
Right.
Like the Mark II was better, but it still didn't work.
Right, but essentially, it wanted to be more versatile, but it had to compromise some of the armorness, the toughness of the tanks that they have. Because that's the thing with tanks; they're super hard to penetrate.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is one good story that I did hear about with a Bradley.
Hmm.
So there's this YouTuber I watch. His name is Mike Burnfire.
Okay.
He does like these kind of like weird little Fallout roleplay videos with his buddy. Both of them were in the military.
Okay.
One was active military and was actually in Afghanistan. The other one was just reserves. So the guy who was actual full on military and deployed is a guy named Zach, and he told a story about how when he was in the military he was essentially a weapons repairman.
Oh yeah.
And apparently, how Bradley machine guns are technically or he was a small arms repairman is the official title. And apparently Bradley machine guns are considered small arms.
Huh.
Apparently.
Okay. That doesn't seem very small, but okay.
When he was in Afghanistan, or not Afghanistan, Iraq. When he was in Iraq, he had to he was woken up at 3 a.m. and had to clear a Bradley that was towed back to base because they couldn't bring it in without it being the ammo being cleared.
Okay.
Just because it was a safety reason. And apparently this Bradley showed up to the gate. When they brought us up, he asked where the driver was, and that he said the driver was gone. And he's like, what about the gunner? The gunner is gone too. You know, what about the tank commander? He's like, he is also gone. So there's just a tank by itself at the gate that they towed back. which typically with tanks you're not supposed to do.
Huh.
You know, you're not supposed to leave the tank unless the thing actually gets destroyed. And it's like it was in bad damage, but it's like it still worked apparently.
Okay.
So like it could still move, like it wasn't full on destroyed. And apparently when he thought they meant by gone, like they were killed.
Oh.
Which would make sense.
Yeah, I understand the
if they're killed at that point, but apparently that's not the case. They weren't killed.
Oh.
So what happened was apparently this Bradley was a part of a convoy that was on a highway, and they were obviously going somewhere. Obviously, they never say in the story where it was going. Apparently, in this convoy, the road ahead was filled with IEDs. This is Iraq, so there's gonna be a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, this Bradley got hit with an IED.
Oh.
When it gets hit with an IED, you're supposed to move it to a different spot in the convoy, just for safety reasons. Now, there are people who are supposed to be up front to, like, kind of scout out for IEDs. But I also can kind of understand that, you know, IEDs are incredibly sneaky, so it's not going to be very easy to find one.
Yeah.
But they move it to a different spot of the convoy, keep going. This Bradley gets hit with another IED.
Oh.
So they move it to another spot in the convoy. And then it gets hit with another IED. At this point, the tank commander and the gunner get so fed up with this shit that they just abandon the tank. They get the fuck out and go to something else in the convoy. And they leave the driver, and this driver is a 19-year-old kid who's never been outside the wire in Iraq, all alone in this Bradley.
Oh my god.
So they move it to another spot in the convoy. You want to take a guess on what happens?
It got hit with another IED, didn't it?
Yeah, it got hit by another IED. This one was so bad that it knocked out the comms in the vehicle, so it could no longer communicate. And this one hit so bad that the impact of it caused the vehicle to bounce and the driver to hit his head on the side of it and knock him unconscious.
Oh.
And apparently, for some reason, no one decided to check if the guy was okay. They just assumed, oh, he's dead, and they leave him.
Wow.
And this entire Bradley outside the wire in Iraq. Now, if you know anything about U.S. military, like credos and rules, what is the one thing that is in every single soldier's creed in the United States?
I'd assume leave no survivors behind. Or something like that.
I will never leave a comrade behind.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, whether they are
survivors behind.
It's still another way of saying it.
It's close enough,
I mean, you just but it sounds like just don't let
whether they
anyone
are
live.
dead or alive, you do not leave someone behind. And the fact that no one did that was so irresponsible of them.
Yeah.
Which is something you're not supposed to do. Luckily, this 19-year-old kid was not dead. He just got knocked out. He woke back up. Apparently, he had no idea where everyone else went. He was scared absolutely shitless, which I couldn't blame him.
Right.
Given his age. And he has no way of communicating to anyone because the comm system is down. The Blue Force tracking system is down. He has no idea absolutely where he is. So his only thing that he thinks he can do is just keep driving. And hopefully find somewhere that he could stop. Apparently he ends up, like I said, running into a convoy where the convoy has to coax him out of the vehicle because he thinks they're Iraqi soldiers trying to kill him.
Oh.
Now, I can understand why he would think that after the shit he had to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the entire story of the Bradley. Of that specific Bradley. Of irresponsible soldiers and a convoy leaving him behind. funny enough, I learned that there was actually was more outcome to this.
Oh yeah.
The gunner and the tank commander in charge were court-martialed.
Oh well, good. Yeah.
Which, as it should be known, that's what should have been done.
Yeah, that's
at least everybody in that convoy should have been held. I don't know if all were held responsible, but needed to be held responsible.
Well, yeah.
The fact that one person went, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't leave Private Johnson over here alone in this fucking vehicle."
Yeah. Because that's a neglect of the creed, like you said.
Exactly. It's literally one of the it's like one of the first lines in the Soldier's Creed. And yet they somehow forgot it at that moment.
Good job, team.
Yeah.
Well, whoever that kid is probably deserves a medal. We'll call him the little Bradley that could,
Exactly. That kid suffered more than I think any of those people in the rest of that convoy.
Yeah.
Like, that motherfucker was probably messed up for life because of that. The fact that the team he was supposed to trust just completely left him behind because they thought he was dead.
Well,
yeah, but that's just a good example of why the Bradley absolutely fucking sucked.
The little Bradley that could. Well, at least it powered on through. It powered on through the thing. It's not an ideal vehicle, as you say, but
yeah, it's not.
The little guy. Powered on through.
The fact that it also costed about like $22 billion.
Billion? Really?
Yeah, roughly.
Ugh. Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, about $22 billion worth of government money went into making Bradleys.
Like as a whole, or just into research?
Just as a whole, $22 billion. An average Bradley costs about $3.2 million.
Hmm. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Let's build this big toaster.
Yeah. Yeah, let's build this little death machine here, there was an idea. Was it executed very well?
No.
Not really.
Was there an effort given? Yes.
Yeah.
For comparison, one Abrams tank is worth $10 million. Costs more, but it's more effective.
Right.
I'll take something that costs more to make because it actually fucking works.
And you also have the benefit of the big boomstick.
Exactly.
Whereas
and of course the prices of that have gone up since,
Well, yeah, that's why I was
tanks have been around forever.
Well, yeah, that's why I was questioning like billions, are you sure? Cuz
yeah.
I feel
that's what it's roughly around right now.
Right now?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Okay. Because if you're talking about
that was less because now we're finding more expensive materials to make tanks and stuff.
Right.
When around that time we were just using steel and shit like that.
Right, yeah. Because if you were talking today, like billions, I'd probably buy that. Heck, I'd probably buy trillions. I love this economy.
Hell, if I had $10 million, I'd buy an Abrams tank. My medicinal Abrams tank.
Your medicinal Abrams. Oh yes, I need this Abrams tank to survive.
I must protect against government tyranny.
Yes, we're going to we're gonna use F-22s to bomb your house down. Well, Cameron's be like, nuh-uh.
I'll bring my medicinal Abrams tank to the fight.
Nuh-uh. Nothing? No? No secret?
No. I mean, I don't know all that was.
Oh, okay.
Seems like he wanted a Pepsi.
Hey, let me just check the fridge.
I just imagine he was like, okay, Pepsi.
Ain't no way. There's actually a full unopened can here. Let's go.
Let's go. Let the mirror love this unopened can of Pepsi.
I mean, I hope you have unopened cans in your fridge. It's just like drinking half of it and then putting it back.
Well, you say that, but I've actually done that.
Why?
Well, I wasn't thirsty at that moment. I was, and then I drank, and then I wasn't. Save for later.
Shepard's not gonna like this. Overlord, the HBI is dead.
Well, you're supposed to keep it chill, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It might go flat, depending on how long you forget about it.
Well, assuming you pull it out within an hour, it'll still be fine.
Yeah,
within an hour. Yeah.
As long as it's still like cold, it'll last longer. But if you leave it just sitting out in like room temperature, then it will go flat.
Yeah.
Like quicker.
Yeah, it gets flat no matter what. If you just leave it out like that. Yeah.
No, but if you like military stories and stuff, watch Mike Burnfire. It's honestly just some funny stuff.
Yeah, it seems interesting.
you get to hear about some just funny military shit. And you get to learn why neither me or reasons why me and you never actually tried to join the military.
Oh, well, yeah. That was a thing. Yeah.
No, those videos have actually opened my eyes of why I don't want to join the military anymore.
Yeah, it's
Because like at high school, I was like, oh, definitely, I think I could do this. This would be awesome. And then I learned from these videos what actually happens in the military. I'm like, yeah, maybe I don't want to fucking do this.
Yeah, no, freaking, yeah. Those recruiters, master manipulators, you know?
They fucking are. They make you think you're going to be some sort of spec ops soldier, and then you're stuck repairing fucking tanks and shit for the rest of your life.
Or the opposite could happen. You know, it's like you're not going to be on the front lines, you know? You can be like, you're just going to be in the back rows, being an engineer and stuff, you know? Tighten the screws and all our loose guns, you know? And then you happen to be like out in the freaking front lines of the battlefield. You're back in the World War I trenches. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's actually been a bunch of stories about people's recruiters, like, either like lying to them or straight up just screwing them over. There was one, it was from the same guy too, where it was the other guy, Mike, where he wasn't like full on deployed, but he was also like doing just like smaller, like other like humanitarian missions.
Yeah.
And he told the story about how he did a guy in his group who was like this big burly guy they called Ox. And they asked him why he wanted to be a part of hygiene equipment operation, which is what Mike was doing. And apparently the guy said, I wanted to be actually heavy equipment operator, but my recruiter got the paperwork wrong.
Ah, right. Got the paperwork wrong. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Totally believe that.
So if you take anything from this, unless you're prepared to deal with bullshit, don't join the military.
No. Do not. Under no circumstances, do not.
Do not. Unless you want to take bullshit orders and then get treated like shit after.
Yeah.
And then be... Honestly, if you think about it, the VA has just as much shitty healthcare as actual standard American healthcare.
Oh, yeah.
You could have full-on PTSD and they'll still deny you for that shit and saying it wasn't caused by the war.
Right. You ever heard of Camp Lejeune?
Oh, yeah. Camp Lejeune Blue. There's a sign for Camp Lejeune outside of a convenience store next to my work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. They've been running a new commercials, like getting confused on Camp Lejeune information. Here's one question that gets asked. Will the U.S. will the Marines get any consequences for you suing them? No, they will not. That's not verbatim, but that's
People straight up poison people and get away with it.
that's not verbatim. I should stress, but that's kind of close to what they're saying.
Yeah, it's essentially what it is. Let's be real. They're gonna face no repercussions aside from probably just losing money.
Yeah.
Which they're just going to get back from the government anyway.
Yeah. They'll probably lose, I don't know, 400 max, but they're going to get 4,000 in the next paycheck.
Yeah, honestly.